Hello, parents. This is Joe Allstat. I am the athletic director at Greenville High School. I'm entering my 10th year as the AD here. My contact information is below. You can feel free to reach me. But we prepared this video and this PowerPoint for you to help give you better information and better inform our parents and athletes, whether you have a returning athlete or you're new to Greenville High School. This hopefully will give you a better understanding of how things work. The purpose of having all our athletes register online, number one, you have to watch this video, but number two, we can obtain information and signatures much easier on our paperwork. Everything's done online with online signatures, and it's much easier for us to organize and collect. The paperwork that's needed to play besides what you're doing here online, a current physical. Every athlete has to have a current physical on file. If you don't have a physical, we are offering them at Greenville High School this summer on June 21st. Tuesday, June 21st, 9 a.m. to noon. The cost is $30. Dr. Neighbors from Breeze is doing the physicals. He's our sports team doctor. Or you can go to your local doctor or Greenville Prompt Care. But bottom line is your athlete has to have a physical. Physicals are good for 13 months. And again, they'll be offered in the high school cafeteria. That's only for sophomores through seniors. Your freshmen have to go to your doctor. The other thing we'll collect will be a $100 athletic fee. Every athlete for every sport has to pay $100 per sport. That is, there's a family cap of $500. If you have multiple athletes playing multiple sports, you'll be capped at $500 for the entire school year. Some quick hits here. In case you're new to the situation here at the high school, everyone here is a comet. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, the better players, the best players are going to play at the varsity level. Whether it's a freshman playing over a senior, that happens sometimes. Freshman and JV level, typically every sport has an underclass level or two that are working to develop players for the varsity. Also, for some of you that are new to the high school, it's a higher commitment level of playing sports here at the high school compared to maybe at the junior high that you came from or the other high school you came from if you're a transfer student. But there'll be summer workouts that are offered, weightlifting sessions. If you're on a team that's in season during Christmas, you're probably going to play games over Christmas break or spring break or etc. The Labor Day weekends, things like that. Expectations of Comet athletes. This is just a short list, probably a very long list if we listed them all out. But these are probably the 6 that we try to honor the most. Practice attendance is expected. Excused absences as defined in the athletic code, which you are able to download a copy of. Maybe sickness, death in the family, emergencies, prearranged trips, things like that. Absences can affect your position on a team, and unexcused absences are going to result in consequences and may lead to removal of the team. School attendance. This is a big one that we always have issues with that sometimes parents and students don't understand. Our school board says you must be in school the entire day to play in a game that night. So you can't come to school at 9:30 because you slept an extra hour for a fever or headache or whatever. You have to be here the whole day. Unless you have a doctor or dentist appointment with a note, a death or a family emergency, or an approved college or military day. You must be here the whole day to play that night. Academically, I check grades every week for our active athletes, and I check them at the semester. You must be passing 25 hours of class to be eligible. Basically, that's 5 classes. You have to pass 5 classes. If you're not, you're ineligible to play in games for the following week, Monday through Saturday. And if you're ineligible 4 different times during a season, we will remove you from the team to try to give you a better chance of passing your classes, which is obviously the most important thing. Let's talk about our student handbook, which our athletic code will be handled. Any violations of this will be handled on a case-by-case basis by our administration, myself, and the coach, and we'll determine the punishment for a student athlete. The code of conduct is enforced 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It could be a loss of playing time, could be suspension, could be removal from the team. Here are some examples of the prohibited behavior. This is just some examples here, and it's nothing that would be foreign to any of you, but alcohol, tobacco, drug use, bullying, hazing, damaging property, threats. You can read this on your own, but that is an example of things that would be punishable under our athletic code. Communication. Changes are going to happen in sports. Please be flexible, especially in the springtime. But day of changes. If something happens that day of, I'm going to send you a Skylert message on your phone. You'll get a call. So make sure your numbers are updated. But if a change is coming up in a couple weeks, we rescheduled a game in a couple weeks, I'm going to update our schedule, the coach, and hopefully we'll relay that change to the parent or to the player, and the player to the parent. But I can't send a Skylert out for every single change that we have. If it's a sudden practice change, the student will contact the parent on that. Transportation. All athletes are expected to ride transportation to a game. Sometimes the bus comes home, and we have a van there. But some teams ride the bus home as well. If they're riding home with a parent, the most important thing is they have to sign them out after the game's over. Or if you have them arranged to ride home with a different parent, which is okay, you have to have a note for them to ride home with that other parent. It can't be to ride home with somebody else. Social media. I try to update our social media sites on Twitter and Facebook as often as possible, but that's something you can follow to get more information. New this year is an app. The scheduling program that I have offers an app. I think it costs $1.99. But this is the look of the app. If you search My 8 to 18, you can download that app and have all the schedules right there on your phone. It's kind of handy. Funding for Comet Athletics. As you may or may not know, we have no supplies or equipment budget through the school district. So anything that we buy, any uniforms or any equipment that is purchased, we have to rely on the Comet Sports Boosters. And we encourage you to become a member of the Comet Sports Boosters. We'll talk about that in a minute. We can purchase a Comet card, which will be on sale later this month, and support our businesses that support the Comets through the advertising that we do, and we appreciate them tremendously. Sports Boosters are always looking for new members. I will email out a membership form here at some point this summer. They only do a few fundraisers every year, and we try to make them pretty good. We do concessions at the underclass football games, a homecoming cookout, 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and you'll get information on a test drive when we have a test drive coming up soon. But they benefit all Comet sports. They meet the first Wednesday of the month, and we invite you to the next meeting on August the 3rd in the high school cafeteria. Sports medicine, we are very thankful to have St. Joseph's Hospital in Breeze. They provide us our trainer, Brandon Kierker. He does a great job. He's a Comet alum, and we are very happy to have him. Also, Dr. David Nambers is part of St. Joseph's Hospital. He has an office here in Greenville on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and you'll see him on our sidelines or at games. But if your son or daughter is injured or hurt playing, my advice would be to go see Brandon. It's a free service for all our athletes. Go see him and get some advice. He might tell you to go see your doctor, or he might just give you some rehab things to do. Encouragement to parents. I encourage our parents to have a vested interest in the team and all the kids, not just yours. And sometimes that's tough, but our coaches are looking over for the best thing for the team, and sometimes parents look out for the best interest of their kid, and those don't match sometimes. So all players are going to have a role. All roles are important to the success of the team, so we just encourage you to buy into the team concept. If there is an issue, let's try to figure out a solution together. Encourage you, please don't get on Facebook and Twitter, and that just creates more problems than what we had to begin with. Communication guide. If you have an issue with a coach or how something was handled, the majority of the time it's playing time. My advice would have the player go talk to the coach about it. What can I do, coach, to get better? What do I need to do to play more? If that doesn't work, let's talk. The parent can talk to the coach with the student athlete present, and then we can move it into the athletic director and so on. But I encourage you to have the student athlete present to help with the communication. I'm going to leave you with this. Your 4 years of high school athletics are going to go quickly, and those of you that have seniors know that. Playing a sport in college is very tough. It's tough to do, and earning a scholarship to play in college is even tougher. So please don't put undue pressure on your student athlete to earn a scholarship, whether they're a freshman or a senior. Scholarships will happen to those that deserve them, and our coaches will help to get them one if they deserve it, if they can earn one. But the statistics here are a reality. There's very few of high school players that are going to earn a football scholarship. So you should teach them about all aspects of life, not just worry about getting that college scholarship. So enjoy it while you can, parents. It's going to go in a hurry. We look forward to a great school year. We thank you for watching this.